Blink
Blink
twice.
3 times if you're in danger. Really? I'm gonna play the intro.
All right.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised.
Yo, welcome everyone back to Spitter Swallow. It's been
A
it's
long
been
time.
since August, maybe. I think the last time we did it was SummerSlam, and I don't think it actually aired. It
Right,
was with Katie and Matt. But we're here. I am your host, the Pornhub Poppy, Daddy Delgado, the Sultan, the Spitter Swallow, and joining me is Chicago de Fantasma. One third. We got the artist Benji Calavera, and we also have Justin from the Get Show podcast. What's up, What's up, guys? What's up?
We here.
What's
we
good,
live.
man?
That was just
Exciting
for
intro.
Just.
Let's good start.
Good start.
That one was just for Just. But
Yeah.
guys, we're here to Spitter Swallow Royal Rumble. It's a few days after the fact, 4 days after the fact, but we're here. Do you guys get a chance to like watch it from start to finish?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think we
Yeah,
were all
so-
in the group chat. We were all in the cafeteria talking about it as things were going on. So
Yeah. Overall, before we even get into like your spits and swallows of the show, like, do you spit or swallow the Royal Rumble? Like overall, like better or worse than last year's show?
go ahead.
I'm gonna swallow. I'm gonna say it was better.
Yeah. All right, we'll get into it. And just give you guys a heads up, there are some ads I'm gonna have to plug, so I will be segueing into them throughout the show. But we'll kick things off short and sweet with the spits and the swallows. Just Benji, whichever you guys want to go first, blow your load, man.
Okay, I'm gonna say I definitely swallowed the men's rumble going first.
Okay.
Just because in terms of the anticipation, but we also knew that Cody was going to show up, right? So they had to get that out the way. So the idea of the format of the men going first, I like that idea.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Jesus and Allison in the chat. Jesus said he did had a chance to watch it from start to finish. Shout out. Yeah, man. Honestly, I was pleasantly surprised because I was watching the kickoff show and they had the graphic for the men's rumble, and I thought they were just hyping up the rumble in general. And it turns out they actually started with the men's rumble. I was not expecting it, but given the kind of like the meat and potatoes that we saw of both rumble matches, it's pretty easy to see that the women's rumble was hands down the superior rumble match.
Yes.
Despite like the final two in the men's rumble being like so fucking good. We'll talk about Allison. Allison spitting the pitch black match, and Jesus said he came on YouTube because Twitch wasn't letting me comment. So
really,
that's interesting. That was weird. So
shout out to Jesus, shout out to Allison.
Yeah, shout out to you guys. But yeah, like I like the men's rumble starting off. There was a few things in there that I liked, some things that I didn't like. Benji, you want to like chime into like the things you wanted to spit or swallow about the men's rumble in particular?
Sure. So you know how I'm gonna swallow this. So let me say how how Lesnar had eliminated many champions in the past.
Right.
It being Kofi, Big E, right? And then to see Lashley eliminate him so early, that was so dope. So I had to bring this special shirt today.
Oh, what you got?
Oh,
Oh snap! Yo,
shout
okay.
out! Look at
That's
Benji.
old school. Okay.
But I was dope. It was so unexpected for him to lose so early. You know.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty dope.
He did eliminate a few people in there. You know, he eliminated Santos Escobar.
Right.
Who else did he eliminate? I think Montez Ford. It was
Yeah.
Angela Dawkins that he eliminated.
Yes, Angela Dawkins. Yep.
And I think maybe one other person, that maybe Johnny Gargano, was it? I can't recall. But he eliminated a few people, and then Bobby Lashley just came out and just whoosh, tossed him right out.
Right, because you see Lesnar and you think he's just gonna run through the whole thing again. I thought that was a nice little swerve.
Right.
The last time he was in the Rumble, he actually ran through like a good chunk, if not in the entirety of like the half of the Rumble. Oh yeah, Jesus saying he's swallowing the stare down between Gunther and Brock. Oh, he eliminated Chad Gable. Jesus over here being our statistician. We love it.
Yeah.
We love to see it.
Wasn't he there?
Yeah, Jesus was actually there in attendance.
Right, he was there, right? In attendance.
Jesus is everywhere, guys.
Yeah, Jesus is everywhere. You just gotta like believe in him. You gotta have Jesus in your heart.
You have to have a little faith.
That's true.
Right.
No, I like how when Bobby Lashley came out, there was so much big meaty men in the room. You had Brock, you had Gunther, you had Sheamus, you had Drew. I said Lashley.
I think Omos, right? Omos was in
Omos was in there. Yeah, there was
right?
a lot of people in there. There was a lot of
meat.
I am gonna gargle the fact that Rey Mysterio didn't actually come out. And okay, so it's a double-edged sword here, and I always get called out about this on SmackDown Raw. I'm swallowing the fact that Dom came out with his father's mask, wore it, was taunting it, was being a piece of shit.
Okay.
But I hate how Rey Mysterio is still being looked like a bitch Mexican father, that I just don't approve the representation on WWE television. So that's what I'm spitting. But I love how Dom lasted all the way up until maybe the final five, final four.
I would say
maybe?
a good 30 40 minutes for him. Actually, I'm actually gonna swallow that.
Okay.
Because before this, they really didn't have any altercation between Ray and Dom, other than those vignettes that they had during the holidays.
True.
So the fact that you had an idea that they kind of had a thing backstage, I thought only furthered their storyline.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's
I thought,
true.
and it's just it's kind of like back in the days when you didn't see the other person because they're on different brands.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm kind of I like it.
I'm with that.
A little bit of throwback.
Well, the real reason Ray didn't come out at 17 is because apparently he got injured in that match against Karrion Kross. So Karrion Kross,
I didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah, obviously, he's out here crossing it up. You see, Jesus out here giving us a whole. Jesus out here like Ray Ashley got injured on SmackDown the night before. I was supposed to meet him Saturday at a cricket meet and greet, and he was replaced because he was injured. Hence the Dom taking out Ray before coming out. I am gonna spit the fact that they knew he was injured, and shout out to Broadcast and Chet. They just joined in, but yeah, they knew he was gonna show up. Why not replace him with someone, or at least have Ray take Dom take Ray's spot? So I don't know. It's a little iffy in there. It's a little murky area. Just nitpicking, if you will.
Right.
What else, Benji? What else didn't you enjoy about the Men's Rumble? Or didn't enjoy about the Men's Rumble?
I have another spit. I like Ice Spice and Drew McIntyre over there.
Okay.
Teaming it up,
Okay.
And being a baddie over there with his baddie friend. I didn't mind that they teamed up the whole time. They didn't, backstab each other. It was pretty solid. I thought that was pretty dope.
I like that they like to be very physical with one another and slap each other's meats every time they're on camera together. So
they're not shy about it. They're not shy
not.
about it. They do the thing that soccer players do where they tap each other's butt cheeks.
Oh, the little slap.
Yeah, the little tap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they do that to each other. They're really close when they do the forearm high five and all that.
True.
And it's real tight gripping when they do all that. I don't know if they're trying to like really play along with this whole Bang Bros thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I think they're definitely playing along into it. Um I will definitely see it's hard for me to say this, but like I'm gonna I'm gonna gargle that we
Okay.
didn't have a Kofi spot. Only because I think it was botched, right? It was
Yeah,
basically
so
botched,
actually,
right?
I'm spitting the fact. Well, before we continue going on, Jesus did have a question. It's like, who would we have replaced Rey Mysterio with? And that's a good question, honestly. You're putting me on the spot, Jesus. I don't appreciate that, but Angel Garza, give me Angel, or you know what? Give me Mello, Carmelo Hayes, someone from NXT. Give me an
Ooh, yeah.
NXT representation. That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Carmelo Hayes would have been a fun one because we got so many NXT people in the
If we're
women's.
just choosing, I'm gonna go Axum.
Axiom.
Axiom.
Mass wrestler for mass wrestler. It adds up.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, let's go.
Do
Yeah,
y'all think that instead of replacing him, someone could have got maybe a little bit more time? Maybe like a Montez Ford?
Yes.
That
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. The Will Gray has joined the chat,
Oh,
guys.
yo, scissor me ass, daddy.
But yeah, I'm spitting the fact that Kofi for the second year in a row was unfortunately unable to complete his save from the ring spot, which has become a tradition, but I don't know, man. Maybe it's time to hang it up. He did post a tweet saying RIP or Rumble, like, or something along those lines, being a little like vague, but referencing the fact that he's failed 2 years in a row. And it sucks. It sucks to see.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
all
you
good
know
things
what?
come to an end, right?
Yes, that's true. All
I'm
things-
sure this might be like a weight off his shoulders, not knowing that he can just go into Rumbles and not have to worry about doing spots.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
What else about the men's Rumble, or do you guys want to move on?
I will say that the New Day ass slapping shit killed me.
yeah.
And we just talked about slapping the asses, and there you go.
I wasn't
Doing it.
expecting that. That was
Yeah.
funny as hell.
Shout out
And
to
it's so
Katie.
cool because they played it up like they're gonna like really wrestle. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You know, and it's like, no, we're not gonna do that.
Shout out to Katie, fellow alternate universe Pornhub Poppy,
Hey,
saying
baby.
Kofi tried his best, just unfortunate circumstances. I'm just hoping he's not injured because it looked like a rough landing when he was trying to get onto the announce chair.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that was rough.
That was true.
Yeah, and Jesus also says it's also a lot harder to come up with new ideas for save spots. And it looked like he was running out of spots. And Clark Street Wrestling is in chat too. Saying, what's up,
Hey.
Chicago fam?
Chicago
Fellow Chicago
fam.
podcasters over there. Love to see the support. Allison is saying hashtag Katie is my poppy. Jesus is swallowing Gunther and Cody having a good 7-minute sequence towards the end. Yes. It came down to just Gunther and Cody Rhodes, and that was probably a match of the night. If it was just them two, that would have been a fantastic match. Just them two. They could have
At
started
some
1 and
point.
2. Say what?
I was gonna say, at some point, did you feel like it was gonna be Cody at always, or did Gunther oppose a threat where they might give it to Gunther?
So I was watching the Rumble with my sisters, and throughout the Rumble, I was like, look, Cody feels like the safest bet, but I wouldn't be mad if Gunther pulls off this
Right.
victory because he started at 1. He broke
Right.
Rey Mysterio's longest time in the Rumble streak that stood the test of time since 06 when he won it at number 2.
Right.
I would have been completely cool with Gunther taking that.
Right.
Gunther was trying to detach that titty again from Cody. Katie says. Jesus is also bringing up. He's also swallowing Logan Paul and Ricochet crashing into each other midair. That too. That was a cool spot. But I'm spitting the fact that we got Logan Paul in the Rumble. Again, could have went to an NXT spot. Carmelo Hayes. That could have been another spot for Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, and they could have done that spot. Carmelo could have done that spot, right?
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes could have done that spot. Heck, put Shelton Benjamin in there. Sheldon Benjamin.
Yeah, there you
go. I think. Sheldon Benjamin still's got some spring in those older legs. I think he's got that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What else was there in the Rumble, man? I mean,
I do gotta say though, with the Cody and Gunther thing, do you guys think it was a throwback to like America versus Germany, or like?
I don't think it was. I think they were.
Do you think they were like sending a patriotic message or?
He's from Germany.
Um,
This guy.
Will said that Sheldon did that spot, but with Shawn Michaels' foot back. In,
Oh
like,
yeah,
05.
oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Jesus is saying now I'm getting spinning the fact that we didn't get Melo and Ricochet in the Rumble, and yeah, that's another reason too. I will say this in terms of what Justin was saying. I think Gunther versus Cody was just trying to give Cody an obstacle for him to overcome at the end of the Rumble, given the fact that Gunther started number one, and it wasn't just like a guy that was like in the background. He wasn't just like someone that wasn't active. He was like a focal point throughout the Rumble. He took breaks, obviously, because you have to being in there for like 70 plus minutes. Shout out to Matt is in the chat.
What up, Matt?
He's like, hi kids, being good. Yes, Matt. We're all good. Just spitting and swallowing, you know, doing what we do. And yeah, I think that's what it was, man. They were trying to build up Gunther throughout the entire Rumble from start to finish. At that point, people really felt it like it was Gunther's Rumble to lose, or it was a huge obstacle. Similar to when it was Redacted versus The Big Show in 2004, or when it was The Rock versus Big Show. It was a thinker, but
because
if you watch Young Kings Wrestling, you get the
sleeper spot. The sleeper spot was exactly the Rabbit Redacted. That spot.
The Rabbit Redacted.
You remember when Rabbit Redacted had a Big Show on the rope and they were like sliding down, and that's how Rabbit Redacted won the Wolverine Redacted.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure that everyone knows what I'm talking about without saying what I'm talking about. Okay,
Logan, you know, from the X-Men, Wolverine. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, but not crazy. You know,
Hugh Jackman. Like, when Hugh Jackman won the Rumble in 2004.
Oh, yeah.
Which, okay, speaking of Rumble winners, let me pose this question: do you spit or swallow Cody Rhodes winning the men's Rumble?
Oh, I swallow.
I swallowed for the fact, even if it was the obvious winner, the way they did it, the way they went about it, made him earn it. I think that made it okay. Like if you felt him you wanted him to win. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Let me ask you guys a question though.
Yes.
With Cody Rhodes winning and everything that we saw in Raw, right? Is he the next Latin wrestling superstar?
Wait. Start. Ask the question again.
Is Cody Rhodes the next Latin wrestling superstar?
Okay, you're gonna need to expand that question.
Isn't he half Puerto Rican?
From where?
He's half Cuban.
His mom.
Cuban.
His mom's Cuban?
Okay. Yeah, his mom's Cuban, I think.
Mark Cuban? No. I don't think so, man. I don't think Cody Rhodes. He has America everywhere, man. He's the least.
Yeah. Oh, we know that for sure. We know that
exactly. Nah, but yeah, man. Overall, men's Rumble, spit or swallow. I'm a swallow the results, but I'm a gargle the Rumble is in entirety because it could have been better. I felt like certain points, like it just didn't hit for me. Some like early on, it felt like entries were coming in way too quickly, and towards the middle, I felt like it kind of just dragged on a little bit too much for me. What do y'all think?
There was like a little bit of a pacing issue, right? I thought. But I mean, sometimes, in my opinion, I think this is a better men's Royal Rumble than past.
Better than last year's Rumble.
Better than last year, but better than like the year that Randy Orton won too. The year that Roman won too. They've had some really weak Rumbles the men have. So,
but you know what?
Probably better.
You know, you're talking about being weak. You're talking about like that lack of energy and stuff like that. And you know what could help with that lack of energy, guys? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, angst like other energy drinks. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, and nootropics, and 150 milligram caffeine. The product is made in the USA. Cody Rhodes would approve in an FDA inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. Dubby has handpicked what they believe to be the 10 most critical ingredients. That was a 5, but pretend it's 2 10s. Most critical ingredients to focus and ingredients for focus and concentration. Dubby contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. Dubby uses Neurofactor, a patent all-natural coffee cherry extract to help fuel you. This ingredient is what gives Dubby its laser focus and fast reflex effects, making it especially perfect for gamers or Royal Rumble competitors. They disclose full ingredient amounts, and the product will never contain fillers or artificial colors or dyes. Dubby is also sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and keto-friendly. That's very good to know. Go to dubby.creationworld.com and use the code Creatia to save 10% off your order. Once again, that is dubby.creationworld.com. And while we continue talking, I'll just put the little ticker on the bottom so you guys can go ahead and go to dubby.creationworld.com.
I do say when I'm feeling low and I don't have energy, I'm tired of taking L's. I get a dub.
Yeah.
Dubby.
Yo, Just man, I love
Link
that.
On the bottom. Link on the bottom.
Link at the bottom. 10% off. That's a whole 10%. Moving on. Benji, we on you, man. What's your next spit or swallow? Do you want to go in chronological order in terms of the match card, or just want to go to your next big thing you want to talk about?
Can we talk about the Pitch Black match?
Wasn't that the one that followed?
Yeah.
Okay. Pitch
chronological.
Black match. We have people in the chat that loved it. We have people in the chat that weren't meh about it. Let us know what you think.
Let's go.
Well, I like to hear you guys' thoughts first before I tell you what.
Well, no. This is your spit or swallow. So
okay,
are you spitting or swallowing?
So I know a lot of people.
The Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. You got to get that.
I know a lot of people didn't like it. Whatever. On the other hand, I thought that the visuals are great. Sure, it could have used a better match. But overall, I like that Bray Wyatt's still trying different things with the lighting. We're just trying to push the envelope of what wrestling can be, And maybe you can argue if he succeeded or failed, But I think that some kid or some new wrestler, someone is going to see this and then be inspired by it and then try to push that envelope of creativity. And I think that's important to have in any industry. Someone trying something different, whether they succeed or fail. So I thought that it was pretty cool that he stuck to it and tried it. Like with the paint, when the paint came off with the black light, like I thought that was dope. I hadn't seen that before in a wrestling show. But I think that it's good for the health of the industry as a whole, for someone to still try to be creative. I think that's my thoughts on that.
That was the most politically correct answer that Benji could have fucking given. Like, Benji's a politician.
We needed like the inspirational music. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Look, we should have had like an America flag backdrop with like the national anthem or America the Beautiful, like playing as backdrop.
Hell no. Hell no.
He's trying to be inspirational.
Hell no.
Yo. I'm gonna check out the chat real quick.
Go for it.
Jesus saying he's gargling the match. Matt is obviously swallowing it. Will is spitting it, although he does love Mateo, aka Matt. And Katie is swallowing. Allison, Clark Street, anyone else that's in the chat, let us know spitting or swallowing the match. Me personally, I'm gonna swallow the aesthetic of it all. I'm gargling the match for the sole reason that I wanted it to be a little bit more. I would have cut maybe just a little bit more from that men's rumble, or maybe the men's rumble did go over a little bit.
Okay.
But if that match just went a little bit longer, like essentially what it was for me is that it blew its load way too easily. It came way too quickly. It's what I'm feeling. Allison's spitting, by the way. She did mention it earlier. I just didn't feel like scrolling up on the chat, so I was asking her to re-say her spit or swallow.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm just gargling the length of the match. I thought it could have been more, could have done more with it, but I love the presentation. Like Benji was saying, Naomi would have been proud if they bring back the pitch black match. Hopefully, Naomi gets to be in it because she would have fucking killed it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um,
I will say I'm gonna swallow this. Also because I am very motivated by Benji's comments. But like, like it's true. Like nobody else could do this match but Bray Wyatt, and
or Naomi.
or Naomi. Well, I don't know who from Naomi would jump from the set onto somebody else, but I mean, but
She'll just
what?
like rear view from the barricade into the
Oh,
at the
yeah.
announce table.
Okay.
Rear view.
But I will say, like, yeah, as far as like the storytelling of what's going on with Bray Wyatt and his whole thing with LA Knight, I like what's going on. Do I like that it was a way to sponsor Pitch Black Mountain Dew? Probably not. I mean, it didn't give me the sense where I have to try Pitch Black, but in terms of like just moving the story forward with Uncle Howdy and whatever is going on between those two, I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah.
I mean, I like the ending of it all when Uncle Howdy did the coffin drop and missed them all entirely, and then all the Firefly Funhouse puppets are in live action, just like chilling, lurking from the top.
Yeah.
Just like staying in WCW back in the 1990s. What was I gonna say?
Did it not feel like a rave though?
I was cool with it. I look, for what it was cool.
Uh-huh.
Hold up, I'm trying to like get my charger without Ashley.
I feel you though. Like it did need a better match. I feel you on that. Especially for all the stuff that LA Knight had been talking. Like you think he should have been able to put up at least a little bit more of a fight. But I mean, I feel you on that.
In terms of power levels, I feel like this is more like Piccolo going up against Frieza. So you would think he'd put up a little bit of fight, get some licks in, but then Frieza's like, bitch, this isn't even my final form, and fuck him up.
Who's Piccolo? LA Knight is Piccolo?
Yeah. In terms of power levels.
No, wait a minute.
Fine, Tien. We'll give him Tien.
Okay, Tien. Okay, that's better.
Okay, well, this was before Piccolo got like orange Piccolo form and stuff, and he got his upgrade in like the latest Dragon Ball movie.
We're giving a lot of credit to LA Knight though, but okay.
Jesus saying he could barely see anything during that match. Allison says, if you're gonna hype up blah blah blah, shit happens in the dark. It wasn't dark.
True.
And then Will saying it would have been a fire 15-minute short film. It was a mediocre 15-minute match. Ooh. A lot of hate for this match in the chat. Jesus saying all you could see was LA Knight's trunks and knee pads and Bray's glow paint. It might not have been the best visuals in person, but on television, go watch it on the network,
Right. I will say, if you look at it through the lens of like just a storyteller, like it all fits, right? But if you also look at from the lens of a bachelorette party, it also fits too.
Okay, expand on that thought.
Right? The lights are low, saying a lot of neon going on. You have somebody in neon green, trunks moving around.
You're disappointed in going a different avenue, the match.
Listen, I'm just saying, if you look at it from two different lenses, it still works.
So you're saying that you were thinking of something sensual, right?
That's why I'm here. Go with it.
Maybe what they could do is they can go to mycentralsecrets.com. MyCentralSecrets.com boasts one of the largest catalogs on the web across all the varying levels of adult toy categories, with toys for him, for her, and for both. The product line is extensive compared to other competitors in the sexual wellness industry. Orders ship within 24 hours, so customers are always satisfied with both the price and the quality. MyCentralSecrets.com has top-rated reviews and exceptional customer service. Go to central.creationworld.com to receive 10% off your order. Once again, that's central.creationworld.com. And like I did before, tickets right there for you on the bottom. Go to My Central Secrets right now, guys. Valentine's Day is coming. I'm just saying, Get
Hey.
your girl something, get your guy something, get your partner something, get yourself something.
If you want to have your own Royal Rumble in the bed, at least I know
have
what
your
I
own
am.
pitch black match and show
Sensual.
Bray Wyatt how to get it
Yeah.
done. There you go.
Get your sensual seductions.
Okay,
Sensual seduction.
Overall, Spitter swallowing the pitch black match for us.
I'm gonna swallow it. I'll swallow it.
I will say it
Swallow.
wasn't his cup of tea. He's not yucking any yums though.
That's too good. That's a comment.
I'm gonna swallow the match. I'm gonna swallow everything about it. It kept me entertained. It wasn't the worst thing on the pay-per-view. Benji,
Right.
what were you saying? I think you cut off for me, or I might have cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm glad that I was able to inspire and sway a few people to swallow. That's what I live for.
All right, you took the Cena crowd to swallowing, but hey, you know what? At least you take your time with it and you don't rush the process, Benji. That's what we'd love to hear right here on Spirit Swallow. No rushing. Take your time. Cena crowd.
That's right.
Enjoy the ride, guys. Okay, it's on me next. We'll just go to the next match on the card, which was the women's the Raw Women's title match between Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Now I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna gargle the match because I don't want to
Same.
spit it because it wasn't a bad match. It felt very short. It felt like something that could have been on Raw. It felt like something that could have been given more time, similar to the Pitch Black match. And it's like, why do all this Uncle Howdy stuff with Alexa Bliss if we're not gonna get any repercussions or consequences or any follow up during the match? You know, she didn't get anything going. So the only saving grace for me is that maybe this was Uncle Howdy or Bray or what other paranormal activity that is following Alexa Bliss. They just decided we're gonna let you actually do this on your own, and then you're gonna see that you actually need us, that you're not actually in control, that we need to be in control for you to like succeed, and maybe there's more to this, and this was only like chapter 1 of this long story that they're trying to tell. But yeah, so there's that about it. What are you guys thinking? I mean, the post-match stuff where they show all the creepy whatever stuff and they just cut to the next segment, I thought it was kind of whack. But
Right.
let me know what you think. Any of you guys.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Either Benji or Justin.
I'll just say, for me, this is one of my rare spits for this show.
Okay.
Was this match? I just feel like the entire match was really more about Alexa Bliss and what's going on with her and Mr. Howdy, and Bianca was kind of like the back burner of it all. And I think as a champion, she should be the forefront of it. And I just hope that this is the end of their Bianca needs better matches. I'm sorry. Alexa Bliss is not it. She's not it for me. It's not working for me. It's my opinion. Me. I just don't feel like. I feel like Bianca. They should be giving her better quality stories. Like, this is just very focused on Alexa for me.
Right. I mean,
and they've done great with what they've done, but I just feel like they need to go separate ways. I don't want to see it no more.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not done with it just yet, just because I feel like I mentioned, I think this is still like part 1. Like, I don't think this is Alexa's final form, to quote back to the DBZ talk we just had. I felt like it was kind of rushed. Like the finish just kind of came out of nowhere, similar to the Bray Wyatt match. So I'm not gonna just harp on it and say it was the girls or it was the booking of the match, because those two matches, both the Bray match and the Alexa Bliss match, both felt like they were too short. So that's kind of where I'm at with the whole thing. So I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and let it continue going a little bit longer, and then after that, make my assessment of it. By the way, shout out to Bakley in the chat.
Yeah.
Apparently Will and Matt are going to cuddle in a couple weeks after they talk wrestling, so there's that.
Oh, that's nice. That's cute.
Yeah. So no, that's what you love to see. Well,
I agree.
polyamorous stuff, I'm cool with it.
Polyamorous. No, I agree. I feel like Bianca was put to the side a little bit, and to agree with Benji, yeah, your champion should always be on the forefront of the storyline. I do feel like this needs to end with Bianca and Alexis. Bianca needs to move on to another bigger opponent. Not saying that Alexa isn't,
Right.
but it just seems like they're just doing like an offshoot with her with this whole Uncle Howdy thing.
Yeah.
I think they're just writing as they go with Uncle Howdy and Alexis. I don't think that they really know where it's going to end up like Bray Wyatt. But we'll see. I'm still intrigued, but the match could have been saved for Raw or Elimination Chamber.
Jesus was saying that he would have put the cage match on the Rumble and put that match on Raw Triple X instead, and dude just like flipped it around, which wouldn't be a bad booking decision unless, because we're gonna get the cage match this Monday on Raw, and it might go ahead and just be like a 15-minute banger. So like, well, I'm gonna wait to see how long they actually give them on Raw next week. Katie does say this is a case of two good competitors whose chemistry just wasn't there, and it happens. And you're right. She's right.
She's right.
It just could have been like bad day at the office, just weren't clicking. It happens, you know. And yeah, I don't know.
I guess you could say this won't make her article on Rivals, which is available now.
Yeah,
it's in her link tree.
In her link tree, yeah. Go ahead and check that out. Shout out to Katie. We'll plug more of her stuff on Friday or at the end of the show. It was kind of a squash match. I agree with you, Bakley. Bianca did kind of squash Alexa there. But moving on, or was it Benji? Yeah, Just.
No, Just.
We got the next match on the card, which is the Women's Rumble match. What are you spitting and or swallowing from the Women's Rumble?
The Rumble matches for the women has always hit, in my opinion, and this one is right there too. So I'm definitely swallowing this match. If I could like just jump ahead a little bit, I'm swallowing the way Rhea eliminated Asuka. Right? She did she eliminate Liv with the Hurricane?
You're talking about Liv?
Liv. Yeah, the way she eliminated Liv with the Hurricane. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool way to win the Rumble. Just okay. Since we're already there, let's unpack some of that. Bakley saying he's swallowing both Rhea and Liv, lasting over an hour. I'm cool with that too. Rhea started at 1 and 2. I can't remember what number Asuka came out, but she came out like mid-20s, if I'm not mistaken. Busted out the Evo Kana look from Japan. Fucking sick. So the sequence there where she goes to give the mist to Rhea, and I think she ducks and hits Liv, and she's blinded by the mist, sold the fuck out of it. And if you go back and watch like the footage of it, Asuka came out at 18, by the way. If you go look at the footage, Liv is slowly grabbing onto the ropes because she can't see until she feels Rhea Ripley. Right. And once she gets close to Rhea is when Rhea goes ahead and head scissors her out of the fucking ring, off of the apron. I thought it was fantastic, man.
Yeah, and it wasn't sloppy too. Like that whole sequence. Smooth. Sometimes that stuff is like it could get like a little botchy, but it was pretty smooth. And what was I gonna say? Real quick, I know Benji hasn't gone yet, but like I'm gonna swallow the pop that Kana got, aka Asuka.
Oh yeah,
he got a huge pop, right?
Yeah. No, it was. Dope. I think it was one of the bigger pops of the entire pay-per-view. Yeah. Shout out to Asuka.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Asuka.
Hey, Asuka Bianca, that could be the serious opponent everyone we just talking about.
That's what I would want, to be honest.
That's actually where I'm leaning towards, especially since surprise, spoiler, Rhea won the Rumble, and she ended up picking Charlotte. So obviously, we're recording this after Raw. She did choose Charlotte, and that makes sense. And both paths for Rhea did make sense. Bianca Belair, she never actually got her championship match because she got injured, and there's beef there, there's history there. Yeah. It's a story that can be easily written, and honestly, Bianca Belair's kind of been undefeated in a juggernaut of a wrestler on the women's division side, similar to Roman Reigns. The only people that was able to defeat her was Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. What was it 2 years ago? Yeah, right, 2 SummerSlams ago, and that was only because she wasn't expecting Becky, and she count. Well, 2 SummerSlams ago. It's about to be 2 years, not 2 years exactly. and she was just kind of like taken off guard. She wasn't ready for Becky
Mhm.
Lynch, and she kind of got sucker punched by Becky too. So there's that. And she went over on Sasha Banks, then she went over on Becky Lynch last year's WrestleMania. So that's 2 years in a row where she's went out with the championship.
Yes.
So that's good to see, honestly. And you need
That'd be
someone
good.
on that level that can defeat her. And Kana would have been perfect. Asuka would have been perfect. Whatever you want to call her now. I don't fucking care. She's that fucking amazing. Benji looks like he's frozen, by the way.
Oh, no. There you go. I was like looking at him for a second.
Like it, but it's all good. It adds to the charm of the show.
Right. What are your swallows, Benji? I know I took like some of yours. My bad.
That's okay.
Yeah,
There's a lot to
took
swallow
a lot
here.
of mine, a lot of time, but I'm gonna say it's okay. Selena Vega coming out as Yuri. I thought that was sick.
Oh
Yes!
yes.
It's fucking cool.
That was sick. She nailed that look. She killed it, man.
Yeah, that whole sequence that she had with Xia Li on the
Yes.
apron doing the Street Fighter
Yeah.
like go back and forth. That was fucking cool.
The
I thought-
critical
Wasn't
art.
Xia
man,
Li
that
also?
was sick, man.
Wasn't Xia Li also dressed up as a character too from Street Fighter?
I don't think she was dressed as a character. I think she was just her.
Oh, okay.
But her aesthetic is so much like a Street Fighter character that it just kind of fit.
Okay, I got you. I thought okay.
Right. I thought that was sick with the coming out as Yuri. What else was dope?
They commentary did announce that Selena Vega is doing commentary for the Street Fighter game.
Oh,
that's sick.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it makes
Okay.
sense. I thought that was one of the coolest like cosplay gears that she's busted out. Remember when she came out as Vega?
Yeah.
Like
she's
I think it was
Yeah.
like her first
Oh
rumble,
my
like or maybe
God.
2 years ago. Like so she's
Oh
really
my
good with the
God.
cosplay. She's solid with the fucking
She had
cosplays.
that. She had the Jade from Mortal Kombat. She's had a few, man.
Mm-hmm. She's definitely had a few. Shit,
Yeah.
she was AJ Lee in the Page movie directed by The Rock.
Oh,
You
that's
know?
right. She was.
Yeah. Yeah,
Did
so
that
they're-
change the hierarchy of power for?
What of Rock movies or Selena Vega?
I don't know, but
I got what you were going for. I was just like trying to no sell it, man.
I know what you mean. But
Black
like
Adam looking ass.
Aleister Black has to be a happy man, though. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Committed
100%.
is, role playing. You know.
Yeah, you know what? Speaking of Selena Vega, we are Chicago the Phantasm, and we need our Selena Vega manager and part of this little group.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
yeah. That's true.
You know what? I think Justin would be Joaquin Wild, aka DJ Z. Aren't you guys both Filipinos?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be Cruz del Toro, aka Raul Mendoza, because he's Mexican and so am I.
Yep.
Benji, you can be Santos Escobar since you're the one with the long, luxurious
You got the
hair.
look. You got the look.
Yeah, you got the look.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. You man, bro, I can't grow that Santos Escobar hair or beard. You got it down
Okay.
pat. You got it
Okay,
down
with the
pat.
love here. Okay.
I can't grow
And-
hair at all. I can't grow
and-
hair at all. So
And on top of that, Benji wears masks just like Santos does when he comes out to the ring. So it all makes sense. It all fits.
I should have brought my mask. I'm feeling the love. I'm loving this. Keep it going.
You have great eyes. You have great eyes.
Thank you.
Yeah. You have a warming smile, Benji.
I'm actually looking at the toys right now and sensuals. There's some that I might use on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Guys? While we look for a partner in crime, why don't we go and look for something for man's best friend? And of course, I'm talking about going to dog.com and helping out your furry friend. Dog.com is your online dog supply shopping and information destination. Everything your dog needs, from toys to treats and food, is available, including collars and leashes. They even have outdoor gear and water safety gear for your furry friend. So go to dog.creationworld.com to receive up to 64% off your order. That's a lot of percentages.
64%.
Yeah, and once again,
Wow.
in case you missed it, it was dog.creationworld.com. 64%. Don't forget it.
64% for whatever your doggy style. Oh, I'm sorry. Pause.
I mean, hey, like I said, leashes, collars, waterproof outdoor accessories, all apply. You can be versatile here, just like a lot of the competitors in the women's rumble. The one thing they should have pivoted and being versatile about was the whole Michelle McCool stuff. I was not expecting that stuff. Because she kept saying she's not in the rumble, she's not expecting it, and then she jumped the barricade, and like she looked like she was wearing like pajama
Right,
gear.
that's old school Juicy Couture, man. Remember them? Juicy
Yeah.
Couture.
No, but it worked. It worked. It fucking worked. She looked comfortable as all hell. Shit, I would have wrestled in those.
The Uggs, you know.
The Uggs. I will say this: if you're a pro wrestler, I like to believe in the world where pro wrestlers go to sleep in pajamas that look like their wrestling gear. If they don't, I really hope they do, or at least some do. I think that'd be.
Okay.
Imagine if Kane went to sleep in like a onesie of like his Kane gear, and it's just a nice furry, warm pajama onesie.
What?
Could you
He's
imagine
got the
such a world?
He's got the mask on too.
Yeah, sleep mask, like
Okay,
Kane
okay.
mask.
The
You
little
know?
hat,
Yeah, exactly.
little teddy bear and shit.
All of it, man. Your Mexican bear blanket, just cover yourself all up.
Okay. Okay, so somebody like Demolition goes to sleep in their outfit, with the cross and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
I'm with it. I
So
think
like when you have Undertaker, does he wake up with like the American flag on him?
no, it's a blue lives matter flag that he sleeps in.
Oh, God. Oh, hell no.
Oh
no.
man. I mean, it all connects. We were just talking about Michelle McCourt, so it all works.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, are you guys spitting or swallowing the lack of surprise returns of like women legends at all, or are you cool with like so many NXT representation?
I'm
swallowing for the fact that there wasn't as many surprises as that, but the fact that, for example, Roxanne, when she came out,
that was the big
she
one.
shined, she killed it. She got a pop. The fact that they were able to give those NXT wrestlers a little bit of shine, despite not there being surprises, I think that made up for it.
100%. Indy Hartwell, I popped for Indy. I didn't care too much for I forget her name. The chick from Las Vegas. Help me out here. Zoe Stark. I didn't care too much about Zoe Stark showing up.
Okay.
But I was gonna say that I popped for Roxanne Perez. I popped for Indy Hartwell. The one that I didn't really care about was Chelsea Green showing up and then breaking the record for the shortest time in the Women's Rumble. I thought that was kind of whack.
You didn't care about Chelsea Green's return to WWE?
I knew she was in WWE. I forgot she was in WWE.
Well, they had been teasing it, I think, right? They had been teasing it like 2 days before the whole thing. But you know what? I was talking to shout out to my boy Guard. We have an Austin theory about the whole Chelsea Green thing. I don't know if it's already out there, but like the Austin theory is that they did that spot to get rid of Mandy Roses. Remember, she was the one that was fastest eliminated before. Was she?
Oh, she was?
Was she? Hold up.
Could be.
I don't know.
Jesus, if you're still in the chat, would you mind doing the statistician?
Yeah, somebody look that up. I don't know. It's an Austin theory. It's a theory. You know how theories work. They're not true.
Katie says Liv was.
Oh, you know what?
Liv. Yeah.
Yes, you're right. It was Liv.
Could be.
You know what? Let's edit. Can we edit that?
No, we're live.
Oh, okay.
We're doing it live, damn it. We're doing it
Liv
live.
has one of the longest times in the Rumble and the shortest, right?
So she's versatile.
Yes.
Just like we were just preaching. Versatility.
Versatility.
Yeah. But by the way, Bakley says that Zoe Stark was in there for almost 30 minutes. So shout out to Zoe Stark.
Oh, dang. I totally did not know that.
I didn't know she was in there that long.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. I'm going to spit Nia Jax coming out at 30. I thought that that was a giant turd on a great Royal Rumble sandwich.
Wow.
Giant turd.
You weren't a fan of all of them just jumping her?
No, if she wants to get jumped on by a bunch of people, she can go do that on some other platform. I'm not cool. I'm like, I don't care.
You're just not down with like her as a wrestler or just like Nia Jax in general.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Nia Jax in general, she when she left, she started bitching and talking shit and like talking
Yes.
negatively about WWE, other women wrestlers,
Uh-huh.
talking shit about like I remember who specifically, but I just remember it just like it was annoying. And I was like, girl, shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody give a fuck. Like, live your life right off into the sunset.
I know what
And
you mean. Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm never gonna go back and work there, and yada yada, and this X, Y, and Z. And then also she was an anti-vaxxer too, so I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Whoa.
Like, put on your vaccine, get your vaccine, or isolate, like isolate at home or something.
Okay.
That's kind of where I stand with it. And then like in Ring West, she never really did anything that I cared about. Like she showed up in NXT and I didn't care. She showed up on Raw and I didn't care. The only interesting thing was when she beat Alexa for the title, and then after that, I surely didn't fucking care.
Mm-hmm.
Bakley says that Nia Jax is still a free agent according to certain people. Well, honestly, I don't care if she is a free agent or not. I don't care for her being in the number 30 spot. And also, too, I was really hoping for Naomi to be in there.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but a lot of the women had neon colored gear. Damage Control even had neon armbands.
Oh,
and
okay.
and throughout, so if you go back and watch, I want to say like at least half the Rumble, like half the Rumble competitors had neon pink, yellow, green, or orange on in terms of their gear. Damage Control, like I said, had the like neon yellow armbands that said Control on it, but I felt like it was a nod to Naomi.
Yes. I think so.
And me and my sisters were over here. I'm like, yo, it's got to be a thing for Naomi. Like, they got to be doing it for Naomi. Like, only certain wrestlers weren't in on it, like Zoe Stark, obviously, or like Michelle McCool that returned and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like her friends were in on it, like people.
Yes,
that she knew.
some of the women were in on it, and I kind of want to believe that that's what it was. If you go on Naomi's Twitter, she did tweet out, "I love y'all. I love y'all."
Yeah,
just a blanket tweet statement saying I love y'all, and I like to believe that it was all the neon representation.
Yep, that kind of reminds me of the time. Like, speaking of that, like that kind of reminds me of the time when Jim the Anvil passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that was like the SummerSlam or whatever. Like he passed away like the week before SummerSlam, and everyone came out in like wearing like pink, like kind of like a black and pink type of look.
Yeah,
to like honor that. If you look back at that.
But
yeah, I'll swallow that. I'll swallow everything about the women's rumble. I swallow
everything except for Nia Jax.
Well, that I might choke because that's a big, that's a big swallow.
But I think that it was overall it was a really good rumble match.
Do you guys spit or swallow the winner, Rhea Ripley, or would you have rather seen someone else?
I would have been okay with either Liv, Rhea, or Asuka. Either one, all three of them, I would have been okay with.
When was the last time in either the men's or the women's rumble, besides maybe Gunther versus Cody in this year's rumble in the men's side, would you have said, I'm okay with either of the final 2, 3, or 4 competitors winning the rumble?
It's been a long time.
Not since '95.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been forever.
Since it was Bulldog and HBK, that's the last time for me.
I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what? I think it might have been 07, Taker versus Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
The women, they're very consistent with these Rumble matches. It's just they're all very good.
Last year's women's Rumble was better than the men's Rumble again. The only thing that shit on it was Ronda Rousey coming out and winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think she came out at 32, or she might have came out at like 27 or 28, like towards the end of the Rumble. And once again, like they ruined it with Ronda winning, and I think the year prior to that was Charlotte winning, which I wasn't a fan of. Bakley saying that Dakota Kai had gear inspired by Doja Cat, which could be true.
Oh, that's right.
But there was neon in there, so I don't care what anyone tells me. In my heart of hearts, in my soul, I'm gonna rest easy tonight, knowing that they were all honoring and tributing Naomi with the neon colors. Bakley also says Cody said on the bump today he really wants to wrestle Gunther again, and I would pay to go see that because that's a good.
They got good chemistry. They really did.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the America versus foreigner gimmick they had going on at the end either. It was actual like good chemistry.
Yeah, it was.
I'm swallowing Rhea winning because those were my picks. It was Rhea Ripley and Cody Rhodes, even though they were the more easily predictable of the two competitors to actually win the Rumbles, but they were the ones who I wanted to see. And like Travis and Matt has said it in the past on SmackDown when they were doing the show together, and I was just a bystander watching.
Okay.
They would always say, just because something's predictable does not mean it's bad.
Right.
True.
Right.
Shit, I knew that somehow Spider-Man was gonna right all the wrongs and like send all of the multiversal villains back to where they were supposed to, but just because I knew he was gonna do that does not make it any less suspenseful or good.
Right. It doesn't change anything.
It's the desired result.
Yeah.
It's the desired result.
Like everyone knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. It doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows.
100%. 100%.
You know.
No, I think y'all are right. Like it's just more about how you do it, you know. Like Cody and Rhea might have been the sure bets, but the way they made them earn it, you know, it was like a fight, a struggle, you know.
Yes.
It wasn't like Cody came out like if Cody would have came out number 30 and then just beat everybody, I don't think it would have the same effect.
Well, I will say
exactly. Okay. It's not like Cody didn't come out at 30 and beat everyone and
but it was a struggle. Like he really had to fight against Gunther. Rhea
he tossed out Logan Paul, so that gets
she was beat up after the end of the match, all bruised and battered.
Yeah. Well, I will say that like fans, you know, can just be like complaining like they always do, you know, like you'll be mad if they don't go the route that you're thinking they're gonna go, right?
Yeah.
And then now you say, "Oh, I want this to happen. I want this to happen," and then it actually happens. Then you're still mad. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Take a dubby. Take a dubby. Stop taking these L's. Take a dubby for your mind.
I fucking love Justin, man. So yeah, swallowing the women's rumble, and I'm actually taking the double dose. I'm taking it everywhere. I'm taking it in the face. I'm swallowing it, gargling back up, and then snowballing right back to myself. It was that fucking good. Main event, guys. Main events. Roman Reigns defend the undisputed Universal World Heavyweight Championship of the Continental United States versus Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn was at ringside. This was his final test. The match itself was solid. I thought at no point did Roman Reigns really struggle to defeat Kevin Owens.
Right.
And it felt like a dominant win. And that's not a bad thing because Roman, his recent title defense was against Brock Lesnar, if I'm not mistaken, unless he faced Logan Paul in between. But he should not have struggled with Logan Paul, or Logan Paul should not have put up a fight against Roman Reigns. And with him struggling with Brock, that makes sense. But with Kevin Owens, he should be able to like put on a better showing and dominate, and it just kind of like impose his will onto KO, despite him always fighting. And I'm gonna swallow the match, but the big swallow here for me, and obviously for everyone in the entire wrestling community, was that cinematic masterpiece of a dramatic ending to the pay-per-view that was the whole beatdown on Owens, the whole drama with Sami Zayn at the Bloodline. Which one of you guys want to unpack it and just talk about it?
Go ahead, Benji.
I was gonna say like, this match, even because I was scrolling through Twitter at the time of the match, people that don't watch wrestling were tuning into this to see this. Like I saw a lot of on my timeline. It was a lot of people who like they wanted to see what was going on, what was all the talk about, you know. And then like the drama of it all, man. The storytelling, if you even go back, that damn stare spot that Roman gave to KO.
Yes,
he gave it to him twice.
twice.
Dude, I missed it both times, and then when they showed the replay, I'm like, "Oh my Jesus Christ!" I hurt my back. That gave me scoliosis watching it.
Right.
That was wild. Like, you knew it was gonna happen at some point. You knew that Roman was gonna do his thing on Sammy, but you didn't expect the way it went down. You know what I mean? Like, it just like you were. It was like, no, why would you do that? Just the silence. It's just silence. Like, oh shit,
Bro, they basically crucified Kevin Owens at the end with handcuffs. And I was
yeah, for real. They did.
All the fact that Paul Heyman was ready with 2 handcuffs to go right away. You can tell he goes to mycentralsecret.com.
Come on, I was right there. I was gonna say that.
He got his 10% off using the code Croatia.
Uh-huh.
No.
And then Jay of all people standing up for not being cool with it. It's just perfection, man.
Jay was so conflicted at the end there. He was like, because he questioned Sammy, and then Sammy was like, "I'm sorry, man." Like they had like a very like heart to heart moment there before he got super kicked by Jimmy, and Jimmy was pissed. He laid into him. Then Solo fucked them up. The fucking callback to the way Seth Rollins hit Roman Reigns with the steel chair in the back. Yeah. He fell the same way. It was executed exactly the same. Roman had PTSD from the chair shots.
Yep.
Bakley says Jay was the star at the ending. He had fucked the bloodline. My head hurts. Sexual foreplay in the ring is what he calls it.
I mean, like, you have to think that, this is probably the best end credits to any like cinema movie, right?
Oh, 100%.
Right. This is like Rogue One end credits type, and like, to me, like, when you look back at this whole thing, the first off, if we could just talk about the match for a second, the match they cooked, right? You knew this match was going to be a solid match. You knew this was going to be Kevin's going to oppose a threat, right? There's a couple of times where the fans were really in it, right? Then we get to the whole thing with the whole bloodline. Like, if you tell me that like there's people out there that still think that wrestling is fake, they need to watch this whole sequence and just look at 50,000 people all invested into just this segment, and no wrestling is going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I think on Jesus's feed and Marcus's feed that they posted on like Twitter and Instagram, like in unison, they all say "ooh, ah," like when the chair shot happens. Like, everyone is emotionally damaged, but like everyone's emotionally invested in this whole thing. That's why I have to say, at this moment in time, I thought I would never see this, but it's still real to me. Damn it, it's still real to me. Damn it.
Man, it's to just, man. He worked that spot in there. He's always been working on that one for a while.
I mean, this is a top 10 storyline, no?
Oh, dude, yes. This is a telenovela.
The whole telenovela. I mean, Justin should know he's like 1/4 Mexican. He's Mexican adjacent.
You know what we need to do?
He's part of the familia.
We need to put like the telenovela music when all this happens.
Oh, like the intro?
Yeah, like the intro, the part when the emotions hit,
Kind of like Rosa de Guadalupe, where the white girl shows up magically.
Yeah.
The zoom in. Oh, I don't know where the fuck that is from, but it's like that one Latina actress. She's just like dramatically like, and they zoom in on her fucking face.
Yeah. Yup. That's
all of that, man. No, it was cinema, man. It was art. It was a fantastic story. Swallowing all of it, it made sense to close off the show. And you know what? I'm swallowing on top of everything from the beginning of the show to the end of the show that I'm glad I didn't get to see. I'm glad there was no The Rock, the Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah,
and I messed up the name on purpose. I'm swallowing the fact that there was no Rock. It didn't really need it. Yep. I'm kind of at a point. Maybe I'm a little jaded because he was out here like gassing himself up with the Black Adam movie, and it kind of flopped. and then now he's not even in the DC universe anymore. But I'm glad we didn't get to see it. I'm still holding out hope that maybe we get like Sammy challenging for the Universal title and Cody for the WWE title, and Roman defends it twice, and then he rides off into the sunset for a few months.
Right. Well, they also have to factor in Jay. Like right now, WWE has a good problem. There's a lot of things that they can do with a lot of components, which they never had something like this where they can have, they have multiple storylines with layers for the main titles.
You know what this is? You know what's the perfect analogy?
What's that?
WWE Creative actually went and did grocery shopping, and now they have options for things to cook in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I see it. Jay walked out on the Bloodline. I'm excited to see what happens this Friday on SmackDown. I can't talk about it on SmackDown Raw, but it's still going to be some good shit. I'm all about it. I'm interested. They can go many different avenues with it, but overall, guys, Royal Rumble, I'm gonna swallow the whole pay-per-view. It was good.
For sure.
It was a good Rumble.
Swallow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a fun watch for sure, like all the way through.
And hopefully we've been a fun watch for everyone in the chat. We had a few dozen people in there for a while now. We talked about just about everything from start to finish. Thank you to everyone from Bakley to Allison to Will to my fellow SmackDown Raw crew, and Katie and Matt. Jeebus was in there. Clark Street representing from the Shy. Who else was in here? I feel like I'm forgetting people. I'm sorry if I am.
Allison, right?
I mentioned Allison. Yeah, Will.
Broadcast was in here.
Yeah, everyone else was in there. Oh, you know what? I want to give a shout out to my friend Jose. I just found out today from my girlfriend Melissa that he actually subscribes and listens to the show. I don't know if he's just Smacking the Raw, Creation World, or Straight Talk, but nonetheless, I'm gonna plug him in every single thing I do going forward. So shout out to him for listening. So hopefully this is a nice little surprise for him when he does listen. Guys, plug yourself.
Go ahead, Benji.
Sure, you could. I'll plug myself first. Benji Calavera on all platforms. If you want, little artworks here and stuff like that, just hit me up.
There's a reason I W the artist Benji Calavera.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Vince.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but the last few times when we do a show together and I'm hosting, I usually introduce you as the artist Benji Calavera. Or if I'm promoting a show or a Get Show episode, I always say it's like Justin from the Get Show podcast and the artist Benji Calavera.
Oh, that's very thoughtful of you, Vince. And you know what? I appreciate that.
And I appreciate you, Benji, taking time out of your evening. You could be doing other things, or you're out here doing stuff with us.
And you know what? I really enjoyed my time here. This was very fun talking about the Rumble like 5 days later. It was great.
Just plug yourself, man.
You can find me on the Get Your Podcast on Twitter, Get Your Podcast on Instagram. If you can't find me there, you can find me on Marks and Mikes. Get Your episode with Powerbomb Jitsu is going to drop later this morning. If you like sneakers, we imagine if we worked at Foot Locker and a wrestler came in and we had to give them some shoes that best fits their vibe. So we did that as a sweaty session.
Oh, that's such a cool sweaty session. Why did I miss that?
So we did that. We did that. No, that's not gonna be the first time we do that. There's gonna be other times.
Oh man, that was such. Why do you think of all the cool sweaty sessions when we're not on? It's like you hate us.
So yeah, I do want to make a kind of announcement without really making an announcement. But I'll just leave it at this: Benji and Vince are no longer guests on Get Show, and I'll just say that.
To be continued.
To be continued.
So tune in to the latest episode of Get Your Podcast featuring Powered Bomb Jutsu. And if you want to continue to follow us wherever we distribute our information, like I've been putting on the tickers, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at It's Creation World. You can hit up the link tree, gives you everything from our YouTube, Twitch, all our audio platforms. So go ahead and check us out there. If you want exclusive content that you want to pay for, get behind that little dirty paywall, you can go to patreon.com/creationworld, pay $1 extra. You get to see Mauro and Travis talk about DC Multiverse or just Multiverse in general. You also get Travis and Matt doing Return to Wrestling. So going back, talking about WCW stuff. If you want to watch us later on in the comfort of your own home, you can go to pornhub.com/model youtube.com/Creation World. I didn't put it up there because it's just going to ruin the whole thing. See? It's going to ruin the whole thing if I just, which is why I didn't put up any comments the entire time, because I did an overlay and it's going to ruin everything. But you know what? I'm going to remove that one right there. See? Pornhub.com/model/Creation World. You could also follow the live stream whenever we go live at youtube.com/Creation World, twitch.tv/Creation World, because we do go live every single day, Monday through Friday, during your lunchtime. So join us during your lunch break as we talk about all that nerd-ish. Tomorrow it should be Matt and Morrow covering more nerdy stuff. So no, Travis and Morrow. Matt and Morrow will be hosting the show on Friday. So there's that. There's all the other good stuff.
It's a good show. It's like probably I used to watch a bunch of other shows that does the same thing, but I watch it all. It's more informative.
Yeah. Once again, w.creationworld.com, dog.creationworld.com, central.creationworld.com. Get all your plugs in. And finally, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SESVince. Everything in there will take you to everything Creation World, Smack No Raw, and Straight Talk. Like I mentioned earlier, we just did a double dose. Not one, but 2 episodes of Straight Talk. We talked about Chicago Bulls. So if you're a fellow Chicagoan or a fellow basketball fan or Bulls fan in general, we just talked about the sorry state of the Chicago Bulls. Vent, rant, reeve, all that good shit. But we also have some positivity on the podcasting realm, because we also talked about our NBA All-Star predictions, which will be revealed Thursday on TNT. So we'll do our predictions. Go ahead and check it out. See how many of them we actually got correctly. And then we're going to be doing our own All-Star draft. So go ahead and check that out. You can search up SCS Vince in your preferred audio podcasting platform. If not, like I said, Linktree/SCS Vince. Or just follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Give me a follow. I'll follow you back.
Follow for follow.
Jesus said he has to work. He's going to go to sleep. Good night, gents. And we're actually going to sign off too. Good night, Jesus. Good night, everyone. Thank you all for spitting and swallowing with us. Catch you guys on the next one. Later, y'all.